Good morning. May I welcome everyone to the 9th meeting in 2020 of the Delegated Powers and Law Reform Committee. First item on the agenda is to propose that the committee takes items 4 and 5 in private as they involve consideration of future reports. These reports will be published when agreed. Does the committee agree to take items 4 and 5 in private?
Yes.
Thank you. Under agenda item 2, we're considering instruments subject to the affirmative procedure. No points have been raised on the following draft instruments: the Representation of the People Annual Canvass, Miscellaneous Amendments, Scotland Regulations 2020, the Local Government Finance Scotland Order 2020, and the Scottish Landfill Tax Standard Rate and Lower Rate Order 2020, SSI 2020/65. Is the committee content with these instruments? Thank you. Agenda item 3 is consideration of instruments subject to the negative procedure. Local Government Pension Scheme, Miscellaneous Amendments, Scotland Regulations 2020, number 2020/31. Regulation 1.1 of this instrument provides that, subject to paragraph 2, the regulations come into force on 31st March 2020. Paragraph 2 provides that Regulation 3 has effect from 1st March 2020. It could be considered insufficiently clear whether the effect of this provision is that the regulation comes into force and has effect on 1 March or whether it comes into force on 31 March, but its legal effect is backdated to 1 March. The Scottish Government had confirmed that the intention is the latter, with all regulations coming into force on 31 March. Furthermore, Regulation 2.2 inserts new paragraph 2A into Schedule 4 of the Local Government Pension Scheme Scotland Regulations 2018. This provides that the Scottish Ministers may, on the application of an administering authority, substitute a different pension fund maintained by the same administering authority as the appropriate fund for the scheme employer. The Scottish Government has confirmed that the reference in paragraph 2A to the appropriate fund refers to the appropriate fund specified in column 2 of the table in Schedule 4. However, at present, this column only identifies the authority whose fund is the appropriate fund for a particular employee. The Scottish Government has explained that the intention is to enable a sub-fund to be specified. It could be considered that the meaning of paragraph 2A could be clearer in expressing the intention to enable a sub-fund to be specified. So, does the committee therefore wish to report this instrument under reporting ground H, as the meaning of both Regulation 1 and Regulation 2.2 could be clearer? Yes. Does the committee wish to call on the Scottish Government to take action to clarify the meaning of these provisions at the next opportunity?
I think it's fairly unusual to have an instrument where we have a number of different issues that have been highlighted in our papers, and I think it would be very helpful to write to the government raising the points that we have discussed and asking for clarity, and particularly around those points and around the timetable for making the amendments that are required.
Thank you. That seems a reasonable point. Are we agreed on that? Thank you. Also, these regulations correct a drafting error in the Local Government Pension Scheme, Increased Pension Entitlement, Miscellaneous Amendments, Scotland Regulations 2019, that was identified by the committee in its report dated 21 January 2020. Does the committee wish to welcome this correction? Okay, thank you. No points have been raised on the Council Tax Reduction Scotland Amendment number 2 Regulations 2020 SSI number 2020/64. Is the committee content with this instrument? Yes. Does the committee also wish to welcome that the instrument corrects cross-referencing errors in Regulations 3 and 4 of the Council Tax Reduction Scotland Amendment Regulations 2020 as reported by the committee at its meeting on 25 February 2020? Great. Yeah. Thank you. We move to agenda item 4. We now move the meeting into private.